Now this horse is going up in trip. Will that suit him?
Well, we don't know. His trainer's got a lot of options, a lot of very good horses. I think we can trust his judgment. There's money coming for him. He's 11-4 now. He was, I think, 7-2 earlier on. Interesting one. I think if there's one that's, he's, because of the increase in trip, there is a possibility of improving. He had a lot of bad luck in his run at Cheltenham, yet finished like a trainer of a shorter trip. Very big runner.
Looks like they're coming in, Jim.
Unfair along, out wider than in the centre is Penny 4, Big Bucks in the centre, 3 out now, Mighty Man, a mighty leap at it. From in second place, Fair Along. They're followed by Penny 4. He gets to work on Big Bucks. He's got to time this to a nicety. They come to the second last. It's Mighty Man 3 in front here. Big Bucks has got a task on. Followed then by Fair Along. Penny 4 the outside, a long gap. Duke de Renier. One left to jump now. It's Mighty Man in front. Can he hold on? Big Bucks, he gets to work on the outside. He crashed through it, Mighty Man. That might have been crucial. It is. Big Bucks cruises up on the outside, grabs the lead now. Is he there too soon? He has to kick on, and it's Big Bucks. He's coming away. He's a good horse. Big Bucks, a tricky ride, and he had the right man on top, Ruby Walsh. It's Big Bucks who wins it well. In second, Mighty Man. A gap then to Fair Along in third, followed by Penny 4 in fourth. Duke de Renier never got into it. They're followed by Hills of Arran. Further back then is No Refuge, Fasel second last, and Lockderg last. Master Ready.
There's confirmation of the betting. We've got 3 co-favourites: Air Force One, Big Bucks, Island Flyer, all at 5-1.
4 fences left to jump, plenty in with chances. Island Flyer from Air Force One. Madison de Burley is third. Big Bucks still improving on the outside, going really well. Followed by Slim Pickings, then Dear VA just beginning to feel the pinch. Followed by EDP, and then My Will and Nowhere and Snoopy Loopy. Here now is the fourth last. Island Flyer is headed by Madison de Burley and Air Force One. Slim Pickings very nearly went there. Big Bucks now moving into third place as they race towards the final open ditch. Madison de Burley and Tom Scudamore from Air Force One, a great jump. Big Bucks is trying to catch them up in third. He's got 2 or 3 legs to make up. My Will back in fourth place from Dear VA. Now down towards the second last. Air Force One. Oh, he was wrong at it. Madison de Burley given another chance. On the left, Big Bucks is still staying on under Thomas. Air Force One and Madison de Burley chased hard by Big Bucks, and then My Will as they race towards the final fence. Air Force One, Madison de Burley. Big Bucks makes him a blunder in third place and unseats Thomas. Oh, the agony continues. Madison de Burley and Air Force One, they fight it out on the run-in. Madison de Burley, Tom Scudamore, Air Force One and Noel Feely, and racing up towards the line, it is Madison de Burley for the David Pipe team who wins the Hennessy from Air Force One in second. Third running on well, Snoopy Loopy. Tight for fourth between Dear VA and My Will. He's up on his feet after that galling blunder at the final fence. Would he have won? Well, it was hard to say. Had a couple of lengths to make up. Here it is again. We can just see how far behind he was. Maybe not much. Air Force One, Madison de Burley, only about a length and a half behind, but Big Bucks did a proper job on it. A jolting blunder. Maybe he should have clung on, but it's certainly the mistake would have cost Big Bucks any chance he had. It developed into a tremendous duel on the run-in between Madison de Burley and Air Force One. Here it is again. Big Bucks challenging on the far side, gets into the root of the fence. It was always the fear with this horse. He's big, but he's big and clumsy, and his jumping errors have proved his downfall here at Newbury this afternoon. Great battle in the end. Sam Thomas okay after that blunder.
Madison pull him out for a little bit of light. Brian Harding in the black and beige. 6 of those 6 runners.
As they come into the home straight now, 3 flights left to jump. On the inside, Postle. The centre green jacket is K. Faramis. Now Ruby goes to the inside on Big Bucks as they jump 3 out. They're followed then by Boogler, and further back in the field is Souffleur, followed by Tidal Bay. 2 left to jump now, and it's Postle on the inside who kicks again. Goes 2 in front of the second last, but Big Bucks is out after him. Followed then by Souffleur, K. Faramis, Boogler behind them, and Tidal Bay. 1 left to jump in the Liverpool Liverpool hurdle. Postle on the inside being grabbed now by the favourite Big Bucks. They come towards the last now. Postle and Big Bucks, the better jump by Big Bucks. He takes it up, the favourite. Souffleur is running on in third, followed by Tidal Bay. They've got 120 yards left to go. Out in front, it's Big Bucks being punched out by Ruby Walsh. He's nicely clear of Souffleur, and the favourite's going to oblige in the first. It's Big Bucks who careers away to win it by 3. Souffleur in second, Postle third, followed then by Tidal Bay, a gap to Cape Aramis, and the last of the main group is Boogla, and a gap then to Wolf Moon, who's back behind them, last of the field. The winner is number 1, Big Bucks, ridden by Ruby Walsh. Second is number 6, Souffleur, ridden by Tom O'Brien. And third, number 4, Postle, ridden by Richard Johnson.
Big Bucks now, his massive presence is being felt as the Carabo now has a contested lead with Big Bucks there right on his outside, still there waiting to pounce. His Grand Cru still in the slipstream of Big Bucks as he was on this part of the track a circuit ago. Carlito Brigante is hanging tough towards the outside, trying to keep Grand Cru in a bit of a pocket there, followed next to the field by One in the Dark, and then Khyber Kim, who's been nestled into the race to get the trip. They've got just under half a mile to go. They have 3 flights to take, and Big Bucks is out in front. Carlito Brigante swings towards the near side. Grand Cru is on the far side. Here's the third from home. Grand Cru alongside Big Bucks, who is still just coasting on the bit, and Ruby Walsh has time to adjust his goggles. Meanwhile, on the inside, Tom Scudamore is asking for more from Grand Cru. Grand Cru on the inside is the grey. Big Bucks towards the near side. Back in third, One in the Dark. Carlito Brigante is back in fourth. They've now got 2 furlongs to go. 1 more flight to take. Grand Cru on the far side. Big Bucks simply seems to be laughing at him at the final flight. Big Bucks is out in front and still yet to be asked. Grand Cru is asked for everything. He's game, but at the moment he's 2 lengths away from Big Bucks. Big Bucks is going to win for the 4th time at the Grand National Festival. He wins this race for the 3rd time. He wins 12 races back to back. Big Bucks imperious. Grand Cru best of the rest. One in the Dark was 3rd, and Carlito Brigante was 4th.
Different? Oh yes, he is. He's just sensational. Big Bucks, 12 straight hurdles victories, the best horse in training. Let's put it as simply as that.
Out wider on the track, then Starzan trying to get into it from Cedrus Labani, and Big Bucks just tacking onto the rear of that group. So come now towards 4 out. Monson has tailed off. It's Battle Cry, though, who leads towards 4 out now. Just got in too close, but lands full of running from Alberta's Run and Joe Lively. Starzan the outside. Cedrus Labani behind them. Roll Along's lost ground, and Big Bucks is now starting to make a little ground as they come to the turn. 3 left to jump in the home straight in this mild May Novice's chase, and on the far side it's Battle Cry for Paddy Brennan. He comes to the 3rd last and he jumps it magnificently. Lands full of running by 2 lengths to Alberta's Run, giving chase. 3 away then Joe Lively, followed by Big Bucks trying to work into it from Starzan. This is 2 out. He took off too early at the open ditch, Battle Cry, but still landed intact. He's 3 or 4 lengths clear. Big Bucks is now coming there as the danger. Well, Big Bucks looms up now with 1 left to jump. It's Battle Cry in the centre. Big Bucks to near side. Alberta's Run behind them. They're clear of Joe Lively. 1 left to jump. Battle Cry tackled now by Big Bucks. They come to the last. Better jump by Big Bucks, who landed full of running on the near side. Battle Cry settles down to fight it out, but Big Bucks is going home the stronger, and Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh, gets on the winner's list here. He goes on to win it well by 2 or 3 lengths. Second is Battle Cry. 3rd is Alberta's Run. Tight 4th between, on the outside, Roll Along and also Joe Lively. And Joe Lively's just jinked, and Joe Tizard's gone out the side door. No damage done then. Starzan behind them, and Monson has finished last. Cedrus Labani has parted company with Dennis O'Regan, but both up on their feet in front of the stands. So the winner is number 4, Big Bucks, owned by the Stewart family, trained by Paul Nichols, ridden by Ruby Walsh.
£500,000 at 1 to 5 to win 100,000. That's £500,000. It's a cash bet. Somebody's gone in and had 500 grand on big bucks to win 100 grand. What a bet to start the week off.
He's won his last 16 races.
17 we hope for the punter, John.
Absolutely. There's 500,000 reasons why he wanted to win.
Number 8, and Winning the Dark was brought down as they race on now towards the middle flight, taken down the back straight, and Tidal Bay now is beginning to tail off, having been badly hampered at that previous flight of hurdles. So it is across the bay by about a length or so to on the outside. In second, Poongach. Now there's about 2.5 lengths back to Big Bucks in third. Smad Place keeping with him on the inside. Crackaway Jack gets closer and Smad Place is down. Smad Place has come down at the 4th from home. So Smad Place, the second favourite, is out of the race, and now there are only 5 of them left in the BGC Partners Liverpool hurdle, and now push comes to shove on across the bay, ridden along for the first time by Jason Maguire, to Poongach in second, and then Big Bucks, who is poised to pounce in third. Crackaway Jack is just a length away now, racing in 4th position, and 15 lengths away, but still going is Tidal Bay, as Big Bucks now begins to take dead aim and across the bay, and across the bay leads, but now by a reduced margin. Now it is only a neck. Big Bucks moves ominously towards the outside in second. Crackaway Jack staying on in third. Poongach now is hard driven in 4th position and 12 lengths back to Tidal Bay over the 3rd from home, and Big Bucks takes the lead and is now just nudged into the lead by Ruby Walsh. Crackaway Jack tries to give chase in second. Across the bay, hanging tough towards the inside as they go over the 2nd from home. It was Big Bucks. He was big and bold. Now he's being stoked up by Ruby. He's out in front by 2.5, now 3 lengths to Crackaway Jack, and now Big Bucks begins to lengthen and quickens away from his rivals, coming down towards the final flight. Big Bucks is over safely. In second is Crackaway Jack. In third is Across the Bay, followed by Poongach and Tidal Bay. But racing up towards a line, it is Big Bucks. Well, they say that a picture paints 1,000 words. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Bucks. 17 straight wins for Big Bucks. He beat Crackaway Jack in second, Across the Bay in third. Tidal Bay was in 4th, and Poongach was 5th.
The invincible Big Bucks takes another piece of history as his own, a 4th Liverpool hurdle to match his 4 world hurdles, and now 17 straight wins, a record for a just...
So proud of him.
Yeah, it really is, Tom. You know, sort of to break Sir Ken's record of the 1950s when I was born, well, you know, I think it's been phenomenal, and it's lovely to do it here at Aintree.
You know, and everybody talks about formalities and penalty kicks and all that. I would imagine it's an anxious time when you come racing and watch him, because one day, of course, he may get beat.
Well, inevitably, if we keep on racing him, you know, for years and years, he will get beat. But that's just, you know, we just want to take every race as it comes. I'm just totally flattered by the way in which people have given him the reception when he came here, winning his 4th Liverpool hurdle and breaking Sir Ken's record.
And his consistency is remarkable, because he never seems to have an off day.
He hasn't had an off day since he was Uncity Rider back at Newbury in the Hennessy a few years back.
And I mean, does this win because of what it stands for? Does this count above all the others, do you think?
Oh, undoubtedly. You know, I mean, this is just absolutely marvellous. And each win is a very, very precious win, but obviously to do 17 and to go in the record books, very precious to us, John.
Many congratulations from all of us.
My pleasure. Thank you.
You ride Big Bucks every day. Yep. And he looks as much of a character at home as he does on the course.
Oh, he is very much a character, yeah. He's taking everything in, watching everyone.
It's interesting though, because in his races he looks so settled and relaxed. And he's like that in his personality, isn't he?
He is very, I mean, it's amazing that he actually does box walk, because he's so chilled with everything else. He's lovely to do anything with. He's very kind. And yeah, chilled. You know, he's not at all bothered about us, the front of the string here. He can be a tad bit lazy, yeah. He does need lots of work. Yeah. You know, I think it's because he does it so easy. Yeah. You never know if you've done enough with him. But we've got the hang of him now. He'll do lots of 3s up the hill before Cheltenham, and he'll go down the bottom just to sharpen him up. But I mean, once he's fit, he's fit. You know,
But it's funny you talk about him box walking, but lots of people at home won't necessarily know what that is. But for a horse that's so talented and so good and easy when you ride, he's actually quite insecure as an individual, isn't he?
Yeah, if anything out of the ordinary happens in the yard, he'll start running around his box. You know, he just gets worried, whether it's a, you know, instinct to be with other horses and not be on your own. He just whizzes around the box. And luckily, it doesn't put him off his food, because some horses that box walk are bad eaters as well, but he seems to snatch a bit on his way around. He'll grab a bit of hay, but everything else he's fine with. He's very chilled.
What's he like at the races?
He's grown up a lot. He's much better than when we first took him racing. We'd have to hold him in the box. Just someone would stand with him all day. Yeah. We'd take it in turns because we couldn't leave him on his own. But now he's all right as long as there's someone outside the door. You know, if he sees what's happening. At Cheltenham, they very kindly take the cage off the door so he can look out, and he's happy as long as he knows where everyone is.
And is that everyone from the yard, like
everyone
you or
from the yard? Yeah, yeah. The girls do say when I go away, go off for a cup of tea or something. His eyes light up when I come back. I don't know if that's true though.
But you've looked after him since the day he arrived, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah. The first day he came in, Paul said to me, "I've got a horse who's come over from France. He's a bit strange. I want you to look after him." And he was the only horse I was looking after at the time, and he was very much, you know, if anything was happening, Paul would say, "Rose, go and check on that horse of yours. He's going running around the box." So I'd have to go and stay with him, you know, while all the commotion was going on. And he eventually we put him in a box where he could see his friends either side. He had windows, and he was a lot more settled with that, because he always spends the summer out with Masterminded in the field, and he was his best buddy.
He is clearly, you know, an individual, and you're so much part of his success, you know, having, you know, you're like his sort of safety blanket, aren't you?
Yeah, I think that's probably what it is, yeah. But isn't that, you know, I mean, everyone in the yard loves him. He is a nice horse. You know, people say, oh, if he wasn't winning so many races, you probably wouldn't like him. You have to be with him all the time, but he is a lovely horse with it. Yeah. He's really nice, definitely.
So too is Big Bucks as they race on now inside the final 3.5 furlongs. They just have the 2 more flights of hurdles to take, and for the first time, Christophe Pierre has asked Casbar Bliss to try and pick them up. Punchestown and Casbar Bliss, these two now go on with Power Station between horses. Over the second from home, Punchestown's had the lead. Power Station is hanging on in there. Casbar Bliss towards the outside. Big Bucks is staying on next as they begin to make the turn, and it is Punchestown who got first run, and he's out in front now by 2.5 lengths. And he has thrown the gauntlet down. Big Bucks is staying on. Now, Casbar Bliss is having to be driven on the outside. Power Station is towards the inside. They have gone clear. Still, they've got over 1.5 furlongs to go. 1 more flight to take. Punchestown's now being tackled by Big Bucks towards the outside. Casbar Bliss needs to pick it up over the final flight. Punchestown's more fluent there than Big Bucks in second. Casbar Bliss will not win inside the final furlong now. Big Bucks and Ruby Walsh over on the far side. Punchestown's and Barry Geraghty. They've got 1/2 furlong to go, and Ruby Walsh and Big Bucks have gone to the lead. They're out in front by 1.5 lengths and racing up towards the line. The Ladbrokes World Hurdle goes to Big Bucks.
Tidal Bay is just about last of all as they run then downhill towards the second last. War of attrition from Time for Rupert. Still Big Bucks there in third place, the red sleeves. Ruby yet to really move and ask him, and he steps over the second last purposefully. Catch It comes next from Power Station, then the Grey Aberdeen. It's Time for Rupert who leads. Big Bucks continuing to lob along in second place on the outside of War of Attrition, and now spies a gap to move through to challenge the long-time leader. Power Station, Catch It, Carabac, Cousin Vinny next. Big Bucks sitting alongside Time for Rupert. This long run down towards the final flight, and then shortish running, and Big Bucks is poised to retain his crown on the outside of Time for Rupert. Power Station, Cousin Vinny, and then behind these Carabac trying to get there, but Big Bucks organised to the last to come and take it with Time for Rupert. This is the final flight. Big Bucks comes and clatters his way through it just as he did 12 months ago. Time for Rupert, however, has no response as Big Bucks is now shaken up by Ruby Ruby Walsh. He does no more than he has to. No flat spot. A duff 12 months for bankers is put right by Big Bucks, following up in the World Hurdle and winning comfortably.
And it's Cross Cannon, shadowed by Big Bucks in second, Restless Harry, and then on the inside, Bertie's Dream Power Station. Zaynar's out wide, Murad in the yellow jacket, Riggerback Bob, then Grand Cru, 5 for 3 on the outside. This is 3 out, and it was Cross Cannon that again led, and again the jumping was just about perfect all round there. So racing towards the top of the hill. And Cross Cannon from Restless Harry. Ruby's always had Big Bucks handy. That may have been very wise in quite a steadily run race. Power Station is fourth, then Murad, and now the tap's being turned on. Bertie's Dream is being pushed along, losing 1 or 2 places. Grand Cru beginning to pick off 1 or 2 as they run down the hill, and Alan O'Keefe is kicking Cross Cannon along here. Big Bucks still travelling strongly on his inside. Then Restless Harry, followed by Power Station, 5 for 3. Murad, and then Grand Cru now into about 7th place. Here comes the second last, Cross Cannon. Big Bucks on the right. Right there is Restless Harry too. Still Cross Cannon from Big Bucks. Then Power Station coming through as well. A few traffic problems for 1 or 2. A bit of argy-bargy involving Power Station and Restless Harry. Grand Cru coming through. It's Cross Cannon. The whip is up. Big Bucks. Grand Cru over on the far side. Murad. Then 5 for 3 on this long run towards the final flight. Cross Cannon. Big Bucks in the centre. Big Bucks takes over. Here comes Grand Cru now. Murad, and 5 for 3 right on the stands rail. Still way off the final flight. Ruby Walsh pushing along, and Big Bucks. Grand Cru is trying to challenge on the inside. Big Bucks will take the last with about a length lead over Grand Cru as they now settle down to fight it out up the hill. Murad's back in third. Big Bucks just from Grand Cru. Grand Cru's trying hard, but Big Bucks is too strong again and will win his 3rd World Hurdle. 3 years running. Big Bucks wins. Grand Cru beaten off.
So racing towards the next flight, Big Bucks took off and really stretched for that. Get to the other side with momentum and alongside Murad. Oscar Whiskey and 1,000 Stars towards the outside is Cross Cannon. Dinas comes next. Ruby Walsh has a look, sees that Oscar Whiskey and 1,000 Stars are on his hammer. He's alongside Murad as they turn down towards the second last. Mad Place has moved through into 5th. Dinas is 6th. Volaire Lavadette is continuing to make ground. So Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh deciding when to try and press the button. Murad leads the main pursuers in 2nd place, a neck away. 1,000 Stars and Oscar Whiskey playing their hands late. Mad Place then behind these. Dinast on the run towards the second last. The Pretenders are massing behind Big Bucks in an attempt to wrest away his crown. 2 flights to take in the Ladbrokes World Hurdle, and Big Bucks is over. From in 2nd place, 1,000 Stars, Oscar Whiskey, and Murad. Mad Place, Volaire Lavadette is making ground for Andrew Lynch, and now the home turn, and now the hill that Big Bucks knows so well. Ridden along, can Oscar Whiskey, 1,000 Stars of Volaire Lavadette get by Big Bucks? He asks to stretch with that majestic stride. Can he break the hearts of Oscar Whiskey? Volaire Lavadette is the main danger on the far side. She is coming there very strongly. Then 1,000 Stars, who's beaten off Big Bucks. Volaire Lavadette trying to travel out wide. Now switches to the rival. Big Bucks, Ruby Walsh wants to look the rival in the eye. Volaire Lavadette has scuttled up the near side and is now only a length down. Big Bucks, Volaire Lavadette is trying very hard, but Big Bucks is driven out, and Volaire Lavadette will fail like so many have done in the past. 16 in a row, a 4th World Hurdle equal to... Big Bucks on the inside of 5 Dream. Fox Appeal moving through closer, now in 3rd place, and Rev de Civila at the back of the field. Again, Ryan Mahon on 5 Dream just casts a glance backwards. Big Bucks still travelling powerfully alongside. And Fox Appeal in 3rd place, Rev de Civila in 4th. Both those riders yet to show too much in the way of anxiety, but the front 2 stretching on towards the 3rd last. And out in front, still the Nichols pair. 5 Dream on the outside, still travels well from Big Bucks. They haven't gone a frenetic gallop. Fox Appeal in third. A slap down the neck for Rev de Civila, just suggesting for the first time that maybe the pace is slightly increasing as the Nichols pair swing back towards home. Fox Appeal in third is 4 lengths away, and Rev de Civila. And once again, out in front, 5 Dream. Ryan Mahon in danger of repetitive strain injury, casting his neck down so many times during the course of this race, but the back 2 behind are just struggling to get to the front pair here as they race towards the third last. 5 Dream on the left, Big Bucks on the right. They're over from Fox Appeal, who stepped through that in third place and is shaken up to try and launch a challenge. Now it's Ruby Walsh's chance to have a look around. He'll see 5 Dream, his old adversary. Fox Appeal's being brought deliberately over to the near side, maybe to try and jump Big Bucks if at all possible. But Ruby Walsh still feels very happy indeed as they take 2 from home. 5 Dream in second, Fox Appeal in third place, blundered there. Back in fourth is Rev de Civila, and racing down towards the final flight of hurdles, and Big Bucks extending away. Fox Appeal trying to grind his way past 5 Dream and Rev de Civila. They're having a fight like so many before them for place prize money, and Big Bucks comes into the last and pops over it clear. And Big Bucks from Fox Appeal, and Big Bucks making his way past the scene of his departure in the 2008 Hennessy, which changed the course of staying hurdling history, because here Big Bucks, one of the heavyweight stars of the National Hunt season, makes a triumphant return without breaking sweat. 4th success in this race, 18 straight, unbeaten since that capsize in the Hennessy. Big Bucks is back, and back as good as ever. In second, Rev de Civila. Fox Appeal was third, and 5 Dream on this occasion ran out of puff and could only finish 4th.
Number 1, Big Bucks.
Big Bucks has won. 12-1 on favourite, dispatches 3 inferiors with no fuss. Simple as that.
A marvel born out of a mishap, Big Bucks reinvented the art of the possible in staying hurdles, and the racing public, who could set their watches by him at the festival, soon realised they had a phenomenon on their hands and loved him for it. After he unseated his rider at the last, when in contention for the 2008 Hennessy, Paul Nicholls switched him back to hurdles, and that decision was to rewrite the record books. At Cheltenham on New Year's Day 2009, on his return to hurdling, he beat future Grand National winner Don't Push It, and then came back to the course to land the Cleve hurdle from Punchestown's. Yet when they went to post for the World Hurdle, he was third favourite at 6-1. He would not start odds against for his next 15 runs. The race developed into a duel between Big Bucks and Punchestown's.
And Big Bucks and Ruby Walsh are now getting on top from Punchestown's and racing up towards the line. It's Big Bucks who's going to win it. Big Bucks wins.
12 months on, he was back for his second World Hurdle and was not extended to win, and now the target in his sights was to equal the feat of that great scrapper Ingles Driva, who was the only horse to have won the staying hurdle crown 3 times. His main rival was the very useful Grand Cru, but despite Ruby dropping his whip a furlong and a half out, it was still no contest.
Grand Cru's trying hard, but Big Bucks is too strong again and will win his 3rd World Hurdle 3 years running.
Big Bucks was now part of the festival furniture, and in 2012 he returned for a 4th time. But there was unease in the air. The Nicholls team wasn't firing on all cylinders. He was weak in the market and up against the strongest field he'd ever faced. It made no difference.
Big Bucks will have to battle like he's never fought before, but he's pulling it out again, and Big Bucks makes festival history. A 4th World Hurdle for Big Bucks and Ruby Walsh.
It was his 16th consecutive win, which brought him level with the record set by triple champion hurdler Sir Ken back in the 1950s. At Aintree a month later, he made it 17 on the bounce and eventually an extraordinary 18. 2 defeats at the end of his career take not the tiniest gloss off his marvellous achievements. Oozing class and a veritable beast round Cheltenham, he is quite simply the finest staying hurdler of them all.
The first time ever I saw
gives you gain to the dark and the endless skies, my love. The first time ever I kissed your mouth, I felt the earth move in my hand, like the trembling heart of a captive bird that was there at my command, the first time ever I lay with you. I felt your heart so close to mine, and I knew our joy, it would fill the earth. Last till the end of time, my love. The first time